Hi Pisces, welcome to a new era. My name is Emma. Pisces, this is your love reading starting today on the 4th of April and just for the very near future, but just onwards. So if you find this a month later, then you see that I've posted it. It doesn't matter. If it resonates with you, it's still your reading. So, excuse me. I just need to take a moment today with the number 4. I want to incorporate, I've started to incorporate, no matter what reading I'm doing, the number, the today's date within the reading. So today's date is number 4, which I would say normally is your heart center. It's good foundation. It's all about the love. So it's a beautiful foundation already to start your love story with. But then it's a very significant day today with the today's date of 4 for the day and 4 for the month of April and 4 for the year 2020, adding 2 adding up to number 4 for the year. So we have a 444 situation. And this morning, when I'm recording this on this morning, the 4th, I was doing this meditation and with focus on hiring. Can you say that? You heighten your energy and to just come up to sort of a new earth, a new dimensional feeling. And obviously we're not creating that, it's already created, but it's like us coming to that place now. And it's just so much focus on love. And with the foundation of 444, it's such a strong emphasis on the love and on the heart and on the heart of the earth. And just this 144 has also followed me around lately a lot with the initial 144,000, something around that. So I'm going to incorporate that. It's like a new foundational beginning, it feels like. And how beautiful that your very love story is building on this energy. So for me, there's no accidents in the universe. For me, it's not random or anything like that. That is so significant to what this reading is going to be about today. So Pisces, let's just see specifically what's going to come out for you. And I'm just going to let myself, because I did the Aquarius reading and I felt probably I think I'm a bit more grounded now than when I started to do the Aquarius reading, which is good for you and not so good for them. But, you know, I'm human also. What? Yes, I am. I'm also a bit arrogant. What? Yes, I am. And I do want to say that I want to stay in this higher frequency feeling and see what comes through there. And I only did that for I don't know if I should say this. Yes, I should. For the later half of the extended for Aquarius. So I started off just trying to be normal, which is stupid because I never was. Word. So, but this, you know, elevated me so much in the meditation, and it's the position that I'm trying to be in all the time as much as I can. But with everyday life and everything happening, I'm not pretending that I'm there all the time whatsoever. But today I feel like I almost have a hard time to come out of it, which I don't even want to come out of it. So I'm going to try to now keep it there. And I ask for you to be a bit, I don't know, open-minded, to be a bit forgiving in whatever comes out. I just want to naturally follow the flow that is there and to keep elevating myself. And I get that not everybody is on the same journey as I am, but I don't want to, I hope this makes sense. I don't want to lower myself so that it fits you. And then it's going to be sort of a cut-off energy anyway. So I won't give you the full truth anyway. I want to stay at where I can stay and have whatever wants to come through, come through. So I hope that makes sense. So let's see what's going on for you specifically, Pisces, no matter what your situation. Committed, separated, single, dating, wanting to date, wanting to be, whatever you want to be. So I also decided to incorporate the shuffling into the reading, and by that I mean the way, like if it takes forever, you might have a feeling that something is taking forever these days around your love, or if it comes out fast, which this one did. So there's something about, oh wow, oh goodness, So that's easier for me than to stay where I wanted to stay because of the cards. Or the cards is adjusting to where I am, I guess. I mean, I don't even know if I stopped talking there in the middle of a sentence. I'm just in the cards here now. So just give me a moment here. Boo. Probably doesn't show. Hairs are standing up. Okay, so I'm just going to start with the first one and see what comes out. So what I'm drawn to here first, and I just want to show you, and the program in the computer reverses the cards. So not the cards, I keep saying that, but it doesn't have that kind of power, because then it would be like that. But it reverses the image, and if it wasn't like words on the card, you wouldn't notice. But it says Ace of Ariel on top. I promise I read it out to you. Ace is just the highest vibration of them all, which is glorious because it fits right in. Ariel is my love angel, so it's all about the love. The highest possible love is what we're tapped into here now. The highest possible love. And here she sits, Ariel, beautiful in white. I've started to notice that there's a lot of white and heterosexual couples in the cards, and I just want you to not feel left out or that you're not being represented or anything. So just whatever you look like or sexual preference or gender that is going on for you, just replace it with that. I'm so drawn to the turquoise back there, the turquoise water. There's some, I almost get at first I want to say like a Caribbean feel, or like is that Malibu or something? Like a Caribbean, that's my reference because that's what I know. So take whatever resonates for you, like location wise, when it comes to turquoise water. It can, of course, be in like Greece. It can be in so many different places. But what I was drawn to say is Caribbean and, I don't know, Malibu. Does that make sense? Maybe it does. I'm just going to talk and not interfere. When I said Greece, it actually goes well with that as well, I feel. There's something about the location, the turquoise water, and the countries that I'm drawn to when I say that. I think it's an elevated energy. I speak from guidance. I don't speak from facts. I do feel like my guidance is facts, and I don't debate it. But if you want to debate it or Google it or find your truth around it, then please do. But what I feel here is that there's something about the Caribbean, Malibu. I mean, Caribbean obviously is quite large. Malibu is quite, I don't know. Okay, don't interfere. Caribbean, Malibu, and Greece. There's something about it like being heightened in the energy. There's something about having a higher frequency there already. Like it's the first, okay, we started here with the, so there was a new, I don't know, because Starbucks just came to mind. I'm not selling anything for them. Starbucks came to mind, and it's like whenever Starbucks started, they had their first shop here, and so that it is one place that is first, and then everybody else had it, but we started here. That's sort of what it feels like with the energy, with the vibration, with the frequency, that it started there. And for some reason I want to say, due to the turquoise, there's something with the turquoise, and I want to say Caribbean, Malibu, and Greece. There's something about it being elevated there already, a heightened energy there already. So some of you guys literally might just feel drawn there. Some of you guys may have met somebody from there. Some of you guys might feel like you want to go live there, you want to have your honeymoon there, you want to go on vacation there, and that fits perfectly with the energy that I feel now is going on, and with the energy that you're now reaching for, aiming for, or already contain. Can you say that? That you already are able to hold, if that makes sense. Okay, so having that said, this type of love is, it's so, I mean, it's a lot of money is there, so it could literally mean that this relationship that is happening for you, whether you're in a committed relationship, whether you're in a separated relationship, whether you're single, it doesn't matter. Apply it to whatever story you're in. This type of relationship that you're looking for, that you're in, that you want, is abundant in nature. And that can mean literally that finances are being really good, or that money is really, you know, not an issue anymore once you're with this person. And it can be you who brings the money to them, it can be them who brings the money to you. It doesn't really matter, because it feels like once it's being sparked, it's like you can't be enough around a person that is really in the influx of money, and you feel comfortable to stay there. You're going to start to open those floodgates for yourself, or vice versa. If you're really abundant when it comes to money, you can't like have that income over and over and over again, and your partner feels really comfortable being around you, if they're putting up a fight, if they are really uncomfortable with the fact that you have that much money, or that you have an inflow of money, that's not what I mean. Then they're not in alignment with you. But if they're comfortable being around you, like you might be comfortable being around them, they soon will open up their floodgates and have more abundance coming into them. And because I'm talking about it in money, because it's easy to understand in money, but it's also in terms of the money represents energy. The money can represent money, and it also represents energy for me. So when we're talking abundance here, it is the highest type of love, and you're being abundant in it. It just means that you're abundant in whatever it is. So if this is abundant in love, abundance in joy, you can have abundance with health. You can have, like, abundance is often talked about in terms of money, but the word abundance is in itself just talking about that it's a lot. It comes in abundance, and so this type of I just feel like what you guys are doing to each other. Some might bring the bacon, some might bring the love, some might bring the spiritual side, some might bring I feel like it's a beautiful match, because you guys are learning from each other. So one might have had the financial side down, and the other person has the spiritual side down. It's so weird to compare the money to the spiritual side, because for me, spirit it's not I think you know what I mean. There could be somebody who doesn't yet understand that they are first spirit and then persona. And that maybe you, Pisces, since you're Pisces, probably are the one that is mere that is Swedish, that is more on the spiritual side and know about it. Like, you know, you're aware, you're conscious, you probably have a very high consciousness outlook, and you might bring that to your person. And I'm just really, and so it won't be that, oh, and now they're starting to gather spirituality. It's just that they're awakening to what's already there for them. And I guess you could say that about money as well. I guess you could say that about health, about house, about car, about kids, about anything, because anything that you want literally is already there. But I think you get what I mean. It's the highest type of love. This connection is the highest type of love. And I do want to separate, just for a moment here, I do want to separate the committed from the can it just for once come out in one way? No. So I wanted to say that I wanted to separate the committed in one group and then do separated and single in one group. But then the separated decided to be a bit messing with me. So there's like the committed and half the separated, and then separated with the single. I don't know if you even know what I mean. I just want to say that for the committed, it might have taken some time. You might have had a beautiful journey and still on that beautiful journey. Obviously, that beautiful journey never ends. It's a continuation of discovering more within yourself, and therefore discovering more within the other. You're always going to see a reflection of yourself in the other, because the other is always going to be a mirror. They're always going to be a projection of what you're doing, right? It's all about the attraction from another, what you already are carrying from the inside. So once we just have that down and just all agree that that is the fact, then I want to say that you committed probably have not been at this ace of love from the very beginning, but you're getting there now. And you might not have felt like it has been all easy breezy. So Pisces, for instance, if you're the spiritual one and you want to sort of incorporate the other or awaken the other, not change the other, that's a completely different scenario, but right, just inspire the other by being, by doing, by being an example of the spirit, then they might have been like refusing it from the very beginning, depending on when you met this person. Because if you just met this person like 2 years ago, they might have been very open. But I feel like if further back, like even 5, 10, 15 years back, 20, 25 for sure, it's been a bit more closed off. But now it seems like it's becoming this norm, this new norm, which I love. And so it's more of a journey for you guys. And I say this because I love the fact that some committed people just hasn't made it through, which is not normal. It could be natural if everybody would stop blaming the other person for what I feel is, because that's the best thing. If you're all the perfect, like if you're all this exact same person, having exact same thoughts, having exact same beliefs about everything, there's no contrast ever, there's no opposite ever, and there stops the growth. That's why so many people separate. That's why they find it boring. Why is it boring? Because we're the same. Or they don't speak their truth, they don't speak their mind. That also sort of kills the relationship. But if you have the same core beliefs, and of course you've chosen to be with each other because you love each other, but it takes quite the person, it takes quite the couple to then move through this type of relationship with spiritual opening, with this type of transformation that is going on now, and to reach this type of highest love. And you feel in these changing times and these transformational times that you still want to be with your person, that they're sort of coming along for the ride. That is just amazing. That is beautiful. If you're in a separated relationship, that's probably due to the fact that one has moved quicker and the other has moved slower, and at some point you're just too far apart in this growth, or sort of nagging at each other and blaming each other for not whatever. Let's not go deeper into that. So eventually it just breaks off. You just eventually have to break up because you're too far apart. But then coming back into your own and focusing on your own, you really can elevate like side by side, but in a separated state. And now slowly coming back together for the highest love. If you're single, I'm not trying to say who had it worse or easiest, or if you're single, you could still have done, it could still be so tough. But it takes the person to stay in a committed relationship and have this type of transformation happen. I just have to say that. If you're single, you sort of have only yourself to tend to. There's nobody else there pushing your buttons. There's nobody else there to like say that you're wrong or that your beliefs are crazy or whatever. You have had time to sort of make this elevated situation for yourself to reach this highest love. But for you then to compare, which one should never do. So let's dive right into that one. If you compare with your former relationships, with your previous relationships, to the relationship that I feel like you're now about to attract, you're not going to recognize it. It's going to be so different. It's the highest type of love that is bringing so much abundance, but it's still in, I feel like, within the different areas, which is a good thing, because that's the thing that makes you grow. That's the thing that's going to want you guys to stay together, not to make each other wrong because you have different opinions, but to feel like, wow, that's a different vantage point. I might never say that you're right on that one, but it makes the relationship grow, and it makes you learn from your partner and the partner learn from you. That's the whole point of it, isn't it? And then of course to have this groundbreaking love. And then on top of that, I feel like for some people, they will just elevate by even going. You might think that it just looks beautiful because it has turquoise water and you have such a, oh, it's so beautiful, I want to go there on vacation. But I think in itself, if you're single, you could actually attract a person right there. If you're in a committed relationship, I feel like you could have elevate the relationship so much just by going, because it's such an inspirational place. And it's, you know, you can sit in your living room on the floor in a concrete building in the middle of, I don't know, Texas or Sweden or wherever, and you can still make this. I don't want to have it sound now like you have to go to the Caribbean in order to elevate your energy. Not at all. But it is darn inspiring, and it's darn helpful if you're already on this path. So if you feel a pull there, go. That was 22 minutes for one card. I don't care. The Magician. So we go from the highest type of love, Ace of Ariel, to the Magician. I mean, come on. So we have number 1 there, which is all about new beginnings. And I just realized Ace is also number 1. We have Ace, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? And then we have number 1 here. So it's strong emphasis on the number 1, which could also be 11. So maybe you're seeing 111, 1111, all of that. It just speaks about alignment, how everything is now in alignment in terms of love, which is gorgeous. I forgot to read. Maybe it was that not significant. It's your lucky day. New resources of money, time, or support. A change in job or promotion. Gorgeous. On this card it says, you can manifest the life you want. What you need will magically appear. Successful beginnings. So it is a successful beginning. It is number 1. So it's all about new beginnings, new love. And I don't care if you're in a committed relationship or single, it's still new love. Because you're reaching a higher level now. You're coming from a higher level. So this new type of new dimensional love, new frequency love it's gonna bring so much different things, so much beauty, I feel. Maybe some conflict, maybe some stuff that you need to work through, because it is a bit scary sometimes to leave the old behind, and it is a bit scary to start to, even I did it. On the Aquarius reading, I try to fit in the old. I try to lower myself to fit in with how I usually do the reading. And I don't know if you feel that it's all that different for you now, this reading. I just feel so much more in my element with just allowing for the energy to be there. It might sound all the same, but I feel very different. And so I try to fit something old in and lower myself. So it takes a bit of courage, and it takes a bit of using takes again a bit of getting used to the new energy. And some people need a bit more time, some people need a bit less time. So just sort of be kind to one another when you make this transition. Usually, yes, I should say, because there's the rainbow energy center there, which is a representation of your body, like how the energy centers is just so in alignment. And so you're in a really good place for your love. There's something with the sand here, the grain of sand. So just as there's no two snowflakes that are alike, like they carry a different pattern. Each snowflake carries a different pattern. So does the sand, which is it's beyond, like I can't comprehend it. It's like, what? No two sand grain, to say that? Grain of sand? Sand grain is alike. I just want to tap into the different possibilities that you have ahead of you with this person. No matter what your situation is, with this person, it might look all the same, and it might look like we're having the same routine and we're doing the same things. And some people like that. I'm not saying there's wrong to have routines. I'm just saying there is so much more to discover if you understand that not two grains of sand are alike, just like not two snowflakes are alike. Just imagine how much of variety you can have in your love life. Like how much, and I don't mean speaking about having gazillion different people if that is not your wanting. I'm just talking about how this new vantage point coming into this higher dimensional, higher frequency is going to allow for not being so set in your ways or reliving the same thing because you have a job to do, and because you have a job to do, you have this schedule, and you need to follow this schedule in order to get the money so that you can, within these couple of weeks, go on your vacation, so that you can, I feel with this higher dimensional shift, work is going to be looking so different. Money, how you attract it, and with the pure abundance that you have here, I don't even know if you need to work another day in your life. But just learn to be like, you're the freaking magician. You're attracting in a way that we just have not attracted before. And so the variables, just as much and just as many as the freaking beach, that's what your relationship can go through. It's like it's gonna have so much variation, if that makes sense. I don't know why it's so important, but it feels like it's important for me to say, like, the variance, the variation of what you can do together is endless. It is grain of sand endless. You're going to create so much magic in your life, in your love life, in your life, but with this love. That is, I don't think you ever lived this before. It's awesome. And then comes number 5 of Michael. 5 for me is all about life path. So you're on your path, you're on your right path right now. And Michael is all about action. Let's do this. Let's go for this. Let's see something happen. Let's manifest this. So whether you're in a committed relationship, separated or single, there's some movement here, movement forward. Something that you wanted, maybe it's a dream that you wanted for some time. And so if you're committed, you maybe wanted a baby, or you wanted whatever you wanted in a relationship for a while is coming in. Michael is like, this belongs to your life path. This is going to enhance your life together. It's going to bring so much extra. You might think it's just how cute to have a baby, but it shifts your life. It shifts your life in a way that you maybe never could imagine, for the better. It's just going to bring so much good stuff. Some of you maybe have already manifested it, or somebody is just on the brink to manifest it. I feel like it's just here. For separated and single, I feel like this is more of you coming together. Let's do this now. Let's come together now. Let's get into this relationship and start it. And there's something about, like, Michael he's holding a hose here, a water hose. So it's like he's staying on a cliff here and the ocean is behind him. And he's just bringing up water through the hose and letting the water come out of the hose. But what I'm seeing here is that Pisces dropped the hose. Drop the hose and get on to the real deal. No pun intended. The water hose. Drop the water hose. It's like it's sprinkling out. You don't want the sprinkles anymore. You want the freaking ocean. And it's something like Michael's there to say, move on now. Not move on, but we're moving on now. We're moving this forward. There's movement forward. There's a more easy way for you to get back with your partner that you've been separated from, or find this soulmate. Okay? And so whatever you're thinking, how am I supposed to do that? To just relax a bit and sort of allow for yourself. It's almost like you say, I just want this. No, you don't. You want the freaking ocean. It's like allow yourself to wanting it all. I want it all. Okay. I want to have that type of person, and I want to live there, and I want to have this family, and I want to do this. Okay, good. Because until you're there, you're not a match to this person coming in, and they're bringing freaking everything. Not everything. You're a part of something, they're a part of something. You're a part of something, they're a part of something. It's a beautiful exchange here. Oh, should I do a... Okay, finishing off card. And then I'm going to move into the extended. I'm just going to continue to pull cards and see what comes out in this beautiful story. Ace of Raphael. So yeah, it's the highest again. It's the highest type of... Okay, just read. So we have, first of all, it's the turquoise water with the dolphins in the back there, just playing, having fun. And on the bottom it says, a positive new emotional experience, fulfilling romantic relationships, deep and lasting spiritual insights. I couldn't have read it better if I tried. I just want to put the emphasis on the Ace of Raphael. So it's the highest type of wholeness. You could talk about healing, like you've healed. There's so much that you've needed healing on in the past, and you come so far in healing so many aspects of yourself, and it's the highest. You're allowing yourself. Okay, I'm just really quickly going to say, there can be people that are really like having health issues or having money issues or having whatever issues, and it becomes custom, it becomes safe because that's what you know, right? So if you know how much money you have and what you can do with it, it's quite hard to sort of break free of that. And if you're having health issues and stuff around that, you sort of start to identify with it. So it takes quite the person to break free from it and sort of move past it and then consider yourself to be well. Like, I'm on no drugs, no medicine whatsoever, or I'm a millionaire. Like, it takes quite the person to break out of those what feels very secure and safe patterns. And this is the ace of it. So Pisces, the majority of you, or this could not come out, has done that or are really on your way to do that. Okay? Okay, I'm going to end the reading there and move into the extended. So if you feel like this resonates with you, probably the extended will resonate with you as well. Other than that, if you don't feel like it, it's all good and well. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you back in a week. Take care. Bye.